Welcome back to Tintin Talk. Today, we're diving into the third book in the series, Tintin in America. While Tintin the Land of the Soviets and Tintin the Congo remain controversial and somewhat primitive, this book is widely considered the first truly great adventure in the series. It also directly follows the events of Tintin the Congo, with Tintin once again facing off against dangerous criminals, this time in 1930s America. So, let's jump right in. First up, we have Al Capone, the real-life crime boss who serves as the main antagonist in the first part of the book. This makes him the only actual historical figure to appear in a Tintin adventure, aside from Herge himself, who sometimes sneaks in a cameo. Al Capone is out for revenge after Tintin dismantled his diamond smuggling operation in Tintin the Congo. He sends his men to take care of Tintin, but spoiler alert, it doesn't go as planned. Next, we have Bobby Smiles, the main antagonist for the second and third quarters of the book. Unlike Capone, Smiles runs a rival gang and actually tries to recruit Tintin, offering him a large sum of money to take out Capone. Of course, Tintin refuses, and Smiles responds by launching a series of ridiculous assassination attempts. Smiles tries everything to take Tintin out: poison gas, a sniper, using Native Americans, tying him to train tracks, and even a rock slide. Nothing works, and in the end, Tintin captures him, ties him up in a box, and ships him off to a police chief. Our third major villain is Bugsy Kidnap, who, as the name suggests, kidnaps Snowy. Tintin tracks him down, knocks out his henchman, and rescues Snowy. But Bugsy doesn't give up. He teams up with his friend Maurice Oil, who runs a meat processing plant. They lure Tintin into a trap, hoping to grind him up in the machinery, but a worker strike shuts it down just in time. After a very creative trick involving a prank phone call, Tintin captures both Bugsy and Maurice, dragging them off to the police. Next, we meet Mike McAdams, the bumbling hotel detective. He tries, and fails, to find Snowy. Then he tries, and fails again, to find Tintin when he gets kidnapped. If his incompetence seems familiar, it's because he might be a prototype for the Thompson twins, who make their first proper appearance in the next book. And finally, we get a brief appearance from Roberto Rastropoulos. He's just a background character at a banquet for Tintin, but trust me, this guy will definitely be important later. The adventure begins with Al Capone ordering his men to get rid of Tintin. A rigged taxi is sent to pick him up, but Tintin escapes by cutting a hole in the floor. A high-speed chase ensues, ending with Tintin landing in the hospital. Once recovered, Tintin gets kidnapped again, this time by Capone's men. He's taken straight to Capone himself. Just as a henchman is about to finish Tintin off, Snowy heroically smashes a vase over the thug's head. Tintin escapes and almost gets Capone arrested, but a cop knocks Tintin out before he can spill the beans. Next, Tintin runs into Bobby Smiles, who offers him a job as a hitman. Tintin refuses, and Smiles tries to get rid of him in every possible way. He throws Tintin into a gas chamber, fails. Hires a sniper, fails. Convinces Blackfeet warriors to kill Tintin, fails. Traps Tintin under a rock, but he accidentally discovers oil, which, ironically, leads to Native Americans being kicked off their land. Smiles then ties Tintin to train tracks, but the train is stopped just in time. After dealing with Smiles, Tintin faces Bugsy Kidnap. Bugsy kidnaps Snowy, and after an action-packed rescue, Tintin tracks him down to the meat factory. Bugsy and his partner Maurice Oil tried to send Tintin to his doom, but the factory strike saves the day. Tintin outsmarts them both, ties them up, and drags them off to the police. In the final act, Tintin gets kidnapped, again, this time by an unnamed gangster who tries to drown him in Lake Michigan, but thanks to a ridiculous mistake, using wooden dumbbells, Tintin survives. With one final takedown, Tintin cleans up Chicago and is celebrated as a hero. Like many early Tintin books, Tintin America has some controversial elements. Accents, especially Italian and Mexican, are exaggerated. The radio mentioning multiple babies being kidnapped and hobos being lynched Plus, the treatment of Native Americans is harsh, but it serves as a critique of capitalist exploitation at the time. On the bright side, the book moves away from some of the more extreme racial characters seen in earlier adventures. We also see the introduction of larger panels, a style that becomes a defining feature of later Tintin comics. Despite its flaws, Tintin America is a fantastic fast-paced adventure, and in my opinion, it is the best from the early Le Petit Vingtième era. Next time, we tackle Scars of the Pharaoh. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Tintin Talk. See you next time, and happy adventuring.